Good morning and welcome to BrandsNow here on Radionow 95.3 FM Lagos. And on BrandsNow, what we essentially do is spotlight businesses that are doing innovative stuff in the world of business and essentially solving societal challenges. My name is George Natural Onwara, and today we're delving into the crucial topic of mental health and how technology is bridging the gap for thousands of Nigerians. And joining us in this conversation is a game changer in the tech and mental health space. His name is Oluwaseun R, Afolayan, who is the co-founder and the chief technology officer of Mytherapist.Ng. Well, it's good to have you join us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's begin in this manner. So we essentially live in Nigeria, right? A society that kind of stigmatizes anything that's relating to mental health. So what's the motivation for starting Mytherapist.Ng, and what are you looking to solve, really?
Yes, on the nutshell, what I would say is we're solving access to quality mental health support. And I'll bring you back to, yes, us being in Nigeria. The current environment here, the current climate is not favorable to mental health problems. We have people who are going through various mental health challenges and don't even know what exactly they are going through. Talk less of, having to go and seek for help. And then when it becomes the most serious, right, when people eventually give up, when they say they can no longer go through it anymore, and they try to escape by committing suicide. You know what happens here in Nigeria? People rescue them, of course, and
then slap them for it.
Exactly. They rescue you and then beat you. Why are you trying to run? Why are you trying to escape? That's how unhealthy the current climate is here for people with mental health problems. And it's something serious because a lot of people, like I mentioned, are going through these things without even knowing exactly that this is a mental health problem and I can get help for it.
Now, talk to us about your achievements so far. Give us a brief rundown so people can know exactly how it's been accepted so far in society.
Yes, the acceptance, I think, has been really, really impressive and amazing, actually. And I would give credit to social media. Social media conversations now have been had about mental health. This is something that people frown on, people shy away from. But I believe, at least in the past 2-3 years, a lot of people are starting to realize that their mental health is actually something that they should take really seriously. And of course, when we provide the solution that we provide, when we help people get access to mental health care, with us, for example, you can talk to a therapist in less than 2 minutes, right? When people see that something like that is available, they can talk to a therapist without anyone knowing about it. I mean, I can be in your toilet now and be talking to my therapist. Nobody has to know, right? And that's how confidential we've made it. We've made it affordable. And the reception has been amazing, right? We started about 2 years ago, and to date, we've helped over 12,000 plus people and counting, access these services that Mytherapist.Ng provides to help people live healthier lives.
Now, you talked about affordability. What does affordability mean? In terms of costs, because of course, you know that the society we live in, sadly, the majority of Nigerians actually are not exactly financially comfortable.
Yes.
So perhaps if somebody wants to reach out to you, so can they simply reach out, even though they don't have all the money in the world? So
yes, this is something that I don't say publicly, but Mytherapist.Ng has removed the cost barrier to seeking mental health support. And one of the things that we set out to do was to make sure that there's something of quality for everyone. So whether you're a student, you're someone who, is out of jobs, right? There's something for you. I'll start by the tools that we provide. We provide free tools like breathing exercises, guided meditation, journals, which are things that you can just download. So far, you have a smartphone, you can download the app, access all of this without having to pay a dime.
Oh, interesting.
Right? And what's even more shocking is that when you want to talk to a therapist, we have therapists on the app that even if you don't have money, at least for the initial consultation with them, you can talk to some of them for free.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, that's something that we've made available. And for students, because a large number of our community are young Nigerians, so a couple of them are in school, we've made arrangements with some of our therapists to provide a student discount program. So this program is targeted for students. All you need to do is sign up on the app, put in your student's ID, right? Once we verify you as a student, you are instantly able to access the discounts that this therapist provides. We have a therapist, for example, that charges 1,000 naira to talk to them for 1 hour, and this is one of the best therapists in Nigeria, because a lot of these people, as much as is their profession, is their art, a lot of them know how serious the mental health decline is, and what we've given them is a platform to be able to carry out their profession, provide their services at their own pace. So we have a lot of these therapists who provide services that are affordable, right? And then, of course, we have therapists, like I said, for everyone. So whether you're a student, you're someone in the low-income community, in the low-income class, someone in the mid-level income range, or if you are looking for the top 1% of therapists, what you can be assured of is that there's something for everyone, and what you're getting is the best of the best, right? So when you see how affordable it is, it's very easy for you to think, the services are going to be quack, right? But it's directly the opposite, right? What we've made sure is that every therapist who you see on our platform, out of 10 who apply to be a part of our therapist network, only about 3 of them get selected, which are the 3 best of the best. So that's how much quality you're getting. That's how much that you're getting the best, whether you're paying exorbitant amount, whether you're paying or not, right? You're getting the best of the best help available.
Interesting. I was about to ask you a question that you actually answered by the last statement that you made, but I'm just going to move on to the next question that I do have, which is basically around your platform, right? Because some people will say, look, there are other platforms out there that do similar things, so why should I come to your own platform? What makes you unique?
Yes, that's not something that I actually like to answer, right? What I do know is that we've done the groundwork to make sure that everyone has the best care available.
So you essentially care about the people who come.
We care about you, right? And the app was built maybe along the line of the show. I will tell you why exactly we decided to build this, right? But what we did was to make sure that everyone who uses the app gets some relief, right? It was built with you in mind, and it was built for you. And of course, we have people, I've had people come to reach out on our support lines. There were times where I used to manage the lines, and people would come, call the line in tears just to say thank you, right? Because of course, they've had nowhere to go. They didn't even know that there's something like this that was available. And what we provided has made sure that people have the help that they need. And that, I believe, is the only thing that matters, not how unique we are or anything.
Interestingly, I'm going to ask you a question that you posed by yourself. So I'm just going to pick you up on what you said, right? Talk to us about motivation. Why are you doing what you're doing? Is it a personal experience or something?
Yes. I'll take us back to 2020. 2020.
The COVID year.
Yes. COVID. Everyone was disconnected from everyone, right? You couldn't see your loved ones. People were stranded in communities they didn't have any ties to. And it was easy for that kind of environment or that kind of situation to harbor things like depression, right? Because the human body, right, is a social body. You're meant to connect with people. You're meant to relate with people. And COVID made that impossible, right? I faced all of those. I saw how difficult it was for me to even cope. Every day I was the first to go on the news as the lockdown being called off. Is there a cure for COVID yet? And shortly after COVID, it got worse. As a youth in Nigeria, especially in 2020, we know what happened during the NSAS protest. Right? I was actively involved during the protest because I know the share of mental stress that police harassment has cost me, right? So of course I had no choice than to be really, really vocal, to share my voice, to lend my voice to the movement. And seeing what happened in Lekki Tollgate destabilized me. It put me in a state where I wasn't sure how to come out of. I did lose a couple of things along the way, not just because of that, because I had some other personal experiences that were, weighing me down and taking it all. And I knew that, yes, there was something called therapy. right? But to a Nigerian, in Nigeria, is that really something achievable? Is that something I can get? I didn't give up anyway. I started to look for help. I went to various people that call themselves therapists. I was recommended, oh, talk to this person. This person might help you understand what you're going through. And along the line, you get to understand that some of these people are not even people that are qualified at all, right? And therapy itself is as sensitive as brain surgery. Because you're giving somebody that same power to go into your brain and fix things, right? And if they don't know what they're doing, they can screw something up, right? That's how sensitive therapy is. And having to put all of that trust in someone that did not have any study, any academic qualifications, or any skills at all to provide that help was something that I felt was really, really dangerous, right? Imagine giving somebody your whole life only because this person is actually like a fashion designer, but believes, oh, I like talking to people, so I'll call myself a therapist. That's a really dangerous thing to do, right? And then after I tried that and it didn't work for me, I went outside of Nigeria, virtually, of course, using my phone. I downloaded an app called BetterHelp. With BetterHelp, I was able to talk to a therapist. I was able to get connected with one very, very easily. It was expensive, but I didn't mind. Right, what I wanted was more serious than how much it cost, right? But along the line, I knew that it was really, really difficult for me to get what I wanted out of it. Partly because this person is coming from another part of the world entirely, does not understand some of the things that
the realities of my current environment, right? They don't understand how me paying $50 to talk to them for 1 hour is a lot.
That's like, I think somebody's 1 month salary, right? It was really expensive. They can't understand why my parents have control of me at certain ages, and also I decided to do something about it. I had friends who were going through the same thing that I knew, and I wanted to make sure that even if I don't get help, maybe, we can just do something. If I need help in the future, I can go to this for help, right? So what I did with my co-founder then, who of course was my therapist, was to put out a list of some people that we knew that were good, that were actually qualified. We put out the lists. If you want to talk to a therapist, we told people on social media, just go to this, pick people that you want to talk to and talk to them. These are people that have been vetted. We did that, and we also, put out resources, or if you're going through depression, this is what to do. And it was helpful for a lot of people. And it somehow started as something to just do, and it became a movement, right? We have people going through what we have done, people coming to, give appreciation, and we decided to make it official. You know what? Let's make this into something that we can scale for thousands of other people to be able to benefit from. And that was where Mytherapist.Ng started from.
Interesting journey that you had, and interestingly, a lot of Nigerians also have something similar, in terms of experiences and whatnot. So how are you working to actually ensure that more Nigerians actually know about you, for instance? Because if they know, then they can definitely jump on board, aside Radionow, of course.
Yes. For us, what I think our motto has been is not to sell Mytherapist.Ng, right? We know that right now, a lot of people are still in the dark about even the basics of mental health, right? So what we've been selling or helping people know is, of course, how serious their mental health is, how they can take care of it. And when they need to do that, we let them know that Mytherapist.Ng is here for them. And that has been, I think, our modus operandi. So, and it's worked for us, right? We have people learning more about the service every day, even without serious marketing. We haven't done any serious marketing since inception. It's been people, telling other people, oh, you want to talk to a therapist? I know somebody on this platform. Go check this platform out. And I believe, of course, we would be more aggressive in the future. Of course, right now we are starting up marketing campaigns to make sure that this gets to more people, right? Last year I was in Kigali and talking about what we have here in Nigeria, what we've built here for people here in Nigeria. And a lot of people from various African countries were really, really surprised that such a thing exists, even in Africa. Right, of course. So there's a lot of grounds that we need to get to, not just Nigeria, for the whole of Africa as well, because what happens in Nigeria, I mean, I can tell that it happens in other countries, right? A lot of Africans share the same mentality, share the same culture and traditions, right? You know, people, you know, get accused of witchcraft when they're having just the smallest symptoms of things like schizophrenia, for example, right? So it's something that, of course, we know that everyone needs to know about, and we are doing the work to make that happen.
Interesting. So where do you see yourself in, say, 5 years from now?
In 5 years, to be honest, in 5 years, I see myself having retired, right? Not from doing what I do, of course, but having made so much impact that I know that, yes, generations, people have, the trajectory of people's life have been changed from the work that we've put in, right? For us right now, there are cases where we've been the like lifeline between somebody wanting to commit suicide and someone, you know, wanting to live on, right? We've given people something to cling on to. We've given them a way to recover from whatever downtimes they might have been going to, and that for me is fulfillment for me, right? And I'm pretty sure in 5 years this will have been scaled across various countries, maybe outside of Africa even, right? I'm really hoping that that happens.
On a final note,
Yeah.
what would you say to the Nigerian or anybody listening right now as regards mental health? What message would you like to leave with them?
Yes. It will be simple. Everyone carries baggage. Your baggage can be 10 times bigger than the baggage of someone else. And you don't know what, you know, people are going through. The best thing that you can do for others is to be kind. Do not judge so easily. You don't know what it is that they're going through. And for yourself, you should make sure that the baggage that you're carrying is not affecting other people, right? Are you lashing out at people? I mean, if you look deeply, it might be because you're stressed, right? It might be because you're carrying baggage that you don't know about. A lot of people are carrying baggages from generations, right? Divorced parents, having rough childhoods, all of this trauma, they don't disappear, right? They pile up somewhere. And that's why we see a lot of parents, you know, lashing out on their children, not raising their children, not just because they don't love their children, but because what they've faced or the baggage that they've carried from when they were young has now started to manifest itself.
And they're transferring to their children who may likely transfer to their own children.
To other people as well. So the best that you can do is to look out for yourself. Make sure that the baggage that you're carrying, you know exactly how to carry it. I'm not asking you to drop it entirely, but you can get help in carrying it. And that's what Mytherapist.Ng is here for. We are here to help you carry your baggage properly, right? We are here to help you relieve some of the load that you might have been carrying, and there is something for you. Whether you think you can afford it or not, there's something for you.
Interesting. So if I were a prospect, somebody who wants to talk to a therapist, or perhaps I'm a therapist who wants to jump on board and probably help people to, you know, deal with mental health issues, how do I come aboard your platform?
Yes. So it's very simple. The starting point is just Mytherapist.Ng. So if you put this in your browser, www.mytherapist.ng, or you put this on your Play Store or App Store, you're going to see our mobile app where you can easily get started as a user, right? You can sign up in less than one minute, see various therapists available, and if you want, you can talk to a therapist in less than 2 minutes. That's something that we've made available, and that's how easy it is to use the platform. There's no worry about your confidentiality. Your privacy is well protected. No one has to know that you're in therapy, right? We've made that available for you, and you should take advantage of it. If you're a therapist who wants to be on board the platform as well, you just need to go to Mytherapist.Ng as well. And all you need to do is click on the link that says for therapists. There you see instructions on how to sign up, what credentials, what information we ask for, and how to get started helping people.
Are you on social media?
Yes, we are on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, even Snapchat. We are everywhere as Mytherapist.Ng. So just remove the dots at Mytherapist.Ng and you should find us. So you just see the logo here, and I think you should be on your way to us.
Interesting conversation we've had today. We've been talking to Oluwaseun Afolayan, who's a co-founder and the Chief Technology Officer of Mytherapist.Ng. I want to say thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and that's a wrap on today's edition of Brands Now here on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos. If you too want to showcase your brand, by all means, you're welcome to send an email to marketing@thisisradionow.com. Ensure that you use the heading Brands Now, and someone will reach out to you so that you can come on board and spotlight your business as well. My name is George Natural Onwara, and by the way, we're on social media everywhere at This Is Radio Now. That's on Facebook and other social media platforms. It's at Radio Now 953 FM, at Radio Now 953 FM. You can also always listen back on social media. That's on the website now, www.thisisradionow.com. On YouTube, it's at Radio Now Studios. Thank you so much. I'll see you again next week.